This 3D model was created in no time with AI absolutely for free. This model too, and this one as well. In this video, I'm gonna show you 3 amazing AI tools where you can create amazing 3D models fast and easy. And guys, stay with me until the end and you'll know about tools that many don't know yet. Steph here guys, and today we're gonna create Lara Croft with some assets absolutely for free. This is not a clickbait, we'll do it for real. Here are my reference images, a little bit how I did them. So I found this version of Lara Croft, this is my favorite from the game. Also this and this image, and I use Nano Banana to create reference. So guys, prompt on the screen, you can pause the video and read it. Here is my final result, Lara Croft as a character, quiver and a bow. Also, I created a close-up shot. We'll need it for a nice face texture later. Alright, so what's gonna be our first step is obviously Hunyuan 2.0. Now, for those who don't know, guys, this is definitely one of the best free 3D AI generator. Very quickly, how to get there. So basically, we go by this link and we end up on Chinese website. We're gonna press this button, and if you are not in China, you have only option is to use email. We're gonna enter email. You can translate the website to English to get idea what's happening here. You basically get a verification code on your email. Enter the code. Note sometimes it might end in spam folder, but that's totally fine. Check out spam folder as well. And we're gonna go log in. That's it. Now here we got access to 2 models. We have access to text to 3D and image to 3D. Here we can choose like generate from single image or from multi-view image. It depends on your preference. Both look good. And here we have access to V2.5, V3.0. You set the poly count, we press generate. So it is as easy. We're gonna drop our Lara Croft, select the poly count. Let's say I want to try very high resolution and press generate instantly. So it usually takes 2-3 minutes. We can close this window and we can add another models from our list, let's say quiver and so on. And you get 20 credits per week, and each credit is 1 3D model, which is amazing. But guys, that's not the most amazing part here. What we really want to use is 3D Studio, and they just recently released an update, which is absolutely amazing. Now, the only thing is that it's still in beta access and you're gonna need to apply. I 100% recommend you to do it right now, and you can get access like in a few days. You can mention that you work in education sector or you are like influencer or something to get your approval faster. However, I already received the access and I'm gonna show you what amazing things we can find here. However, it's not blocking us to make the 3D model anyway. Why we need 3D Studio in first place is the amazing grid topology, but that step is optional and we still will create this amazing Lara Croft even without it. So they recently released Polygen 1.5, which is included in the studio, and this is about creating amazing topologies. So let me show you what's happening here. You basically have access to 2 workflows, a character and a props workflow. So we're gonna go and start with a character. It use absolutely same model for generation as on the main website, so you're not losing anything. In Studio, you're gonna get around 30 credits per week, and here's what you can do here. You can do geometry generation. We're gonna create Lara, we're gonna create it a maximum possible resolution. It will take 2-3 minutes, but I already did that, and look how amazing the initial result is. You might notice that it's not created with texture, and that actually expected, because in 3D Studio you go step by step, which is totally fine because we really need that low poly step, which is usually optional. So here is our quiver, looking just amazing. You can see it by yourself. And here's our bow. All right, looks super cool. Now I gotta select our character and go to low mode topology. We need to make sure 1.5 selected, most recent model. And for character, I'm gonna run it as a height amount of faces and quads, and press generate. For quiver and bow, I'm gonna run it as middle. Guys, before we move on, I created a platform for everyone who is using 3D AI tools. Here you basically can compare any decent AI generator model out there with another one, compare it side by side on more than 15 different tests. I uploaded more than 1,000 models here. There is also a battle mode where you can compare generation, vote for the best, and see which one is on top. And Hunyuan is actually in top of the leaderboard. More than that, you can see user reviews about the tools and find juicy promo codes I got for you. Link down below. and it's of course completely free. And let's review the results. Here is our quiver. And guys, this is just amazing. I mean, I don't know how, but look, it actually separates the polygons in such a logical way. I mean, I'm super surprised like how good it is. And this really improved. I was so excited to give it a test. Let's take a look on a bow. Well, this is almost perfect topology for such an object. I mean, maybe manually I will do this part a little bit different, but this was done like in 1 minute with AI. This is an amazing thing. And most complex, our character. Here you can see the results. And guys, this is just crazy how good it is. Extremely, I was surprised with this part. I mean, it's just basically it understands the shape and it goes all around the strap. Wow. You might see some weird stuff like maybe here. It might be good to have few loops here, but in general, look guys, this is just amazing. And again, guys, everything I do right now, I pay zero money. Now, last step here in Hunyuan Studio that we need to do is UV unfolding. And this is also probably the best artificial intelligent UV unfolding I've ever seen. You basically select low poly model you created, you go to UV unfolding mode and press unfold. I'm gonna do that for all 3 objects and we're gonna see a result. But before, note that you can also drop your model that you created elsewhere here and unwrap. Same thing you can do for low poly, for component splitting, aka part splitting, and for texturing, which we'll take a look soon. Alright, so here we go with UVs. Here you can see how it unwraps thing. I mean, some parts are almost perfect. Look how it unwrapped the hair. This is basically probably the best way to unwrap them. Okay, here you can see the breast. Here you can see the face. I think it could use more space for faces, so it doesn't really understand like what part is more important, what less. But in general, this is an amazing result. Here we can see a quiver. It'll also look amazing. And the last but not least, a bow. The island separated nice, but it's not a rational using OU space. And the next thing we can do here is texture. So we're gonna select the model. We're gonna go to texture drawing to the image mode or picture texture. If your model was created for the image, you will already see the reference image already here, or you can upload a different one and we're gonna press generate. And here's the result.
What the f?
So I guess it's not what you expected to see, right? And the texture, especially the face texture, is ridiculous. But wait a minute, guys, this video is not a clickbait. We're gonna fix that in a minute. To continue to another tool, first we're gonna need to export our unfolded low poly models like this by download, and we're gonna export it as FBX. If you don't have access to 3D Studio yet, not a problem. What you're gonna need to do, just create a character through main Hunyuan website, but choose 50K resolution, so it's more or less like game asset. Press generate, then you can go navigate to assets and see your generation. Now, when it's created in one run, you can see the face is actually better than in Studio. This one is actually better, but it's still not the Lara Croft from my reference. Yeah, you can basically tell the difference. However, it can be a good base. A quiver and bow are actually very good, so you might really be satisfied with the result already. Here you can also download the model as GLP and FBX, and let's move to the next step. Our next step is Modddif. This is most underestimated gem you can actually think about. All the coolest features are completely free, so let's try it out. So you can see I'm on the free tier and I'm gonna go create new project. We're gonna make it public, then we're gonna go import. Somehow my model was consist of 2 parts and like some part here. I don't need that part, I think. I will just delete it. The first thing you can see is that it's a little bit different. We can see the polygons, and this because of shading. Before we start texturing, I'm gonna show you how to fix that really quick. For that, we'll need Blender, any new version like from 4.3. Press A and X on the keyboard to clean our scene. Now I'm just going to drag and drop the FBX or GLB file we exported. Here I also see 2 objects. I'm gonna go and delete this part 1 object. I don't need it. I'm gonna press on the object and I press tab on the keyboard. Press A on the keyboard to make sure it's selected or it's already selected. We're gonna go to mesh, shading, and select smooth edges. Now we can go press tab again. Now our model start to look better. But additional thing, we're gonna go up and press right mouse button and add shade auto smooth on the model. Now go to modification tab. Here in angle, we're gonna set it to 180 and apply like this. That's it. With texture, it will look way better. The only thing left is to export it back, as FBX or GLB will do as well. You can keep default setting, that's totally fine. Press export and we're going back. Now I'm going to delete this object and I'm gonna import it again, and here we go. Now here's how it works. We're gonna go to multi-view and you can see it already created some views that it will use, and we need to add a reference image, which we have. I'm gonna add Lara and we're gonna press generate. So what's happening here, they do have their algorithm that go through each view and do projection, and the cool thing is that you can basically see in real time how it does it. And it's almost done. You can see the texture details are actually better than in Hunyuan so far. Few views left. And here we go. Here is our results. It's not bad for the pants and stuff, but it's not the face I promised. And we are not done yet. So this is like the base texture. You can also see that there are some holes like here, some untextured parts. So we're gonna cover that by pressing fill missing areas, and it will add texture. It will not add like good looking texture, but that's totally fine because we're gonna start refining it with Inpainting tool, and we're gonna start with the face. Let's go to a single view. I'm gonna add a reference of the close-up shot I created. The cool thing here is that you can press on your current reference and press create variation and use their tool to create variations of images which looks similar to Nana Banana. So I'm gonna ask for close-up shot of her face, press generate, and it also an amazing result. This is almost same good as Nana Banana. If you're happy with the result, add as a new reference image. We can close this one. Make sure it's selected here. And here's the last thing you need to do. Press this button to basically select the region that we are going to change. And right now we're going to work with the face. You can also adjust the brush size by holding shift and moving like up and down. That's very convenient, or you can do it by pressing this arrow. I'm gonna do the face right now. So we're gonna paint it like this. We can also paint this area to enhance it a little bit. That's good for now. Just press generate image. And this face here looked definitely better. Now let's transfer that to our 3D model. Super easy. We're gonna go press new layer. We're gonna go to Inpaint and paint on top. Here we go. This is crazy. And this, guys, what I promised you. Just look how amazing it is. So similar to that, we can continue to fixing some areas. So for example, the chin is not done, but that's not a problem. Just change the view, press generate image again. We can make Inpainting region a little bit bigger, so it also has information about close regions. Press generate and let's inpaint this area with updated texture. All right. I'm gonna do the same thing here. You can add more layers if you want. All right, I mean, it actually does a really great job. Okay, I'm gonna fix it here. And here, guys, just in a minute, I go from this result to this, which is 100 times better than this. And you can continue refining your model. For example, here, some imperfections and stuff. This is an amazing tool. And again, the fact that it's free, you can create image variations of some parts. So you can use it like for texturing, like let's say tattoo and stuff. You can enhance every detail. Here's the final result for head I did in just 5 minutes. You can see I did some work over the hairs and the face, and I'm super impressed. So here is my final character, quiver and bow. It is also well optimized. Mesh also has good topology, probably the best you can get with AI. And the coolest part, I paid exactly $0 and it took me only 20 minutes to make it. And guys, more amazing content coming. So don't forget, like and subscribe, and see you in the next video.